is February 7th. It is day 7 of the 30-day Challenge Yourself Yoga Challenge. And today's yoga is going to be a 30-minute yoga practice titled Graceful Yoga Flow. Charlie Follows is the yogi that I always follow. There's always something challenging in these yoga flows. We'll see if today is like that. If you're going to do yoga with me, I'm not sure whether or not we need any props or not, but it's always good to have blocks or a blanket or a strap just handy, just in case you need it. So I would recommend getting those and your yoga mat. If you are here for the first time, my name is Pamela. I'm here doing yoga every morning, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Saturday, 6 a.m., Sunday, 5:45 a.m. I am a yoga practitioner. I have been practicing yoga for about 4 years, and I just love the benefits of yoga. And so I go live to encourage others to do yoga as well, and also just to challenge myself and to challenge others, and hopefully to be able to build a community of people that are intentional about doing something good for their body, whether it is doing yoga or running or walking or, doing some other type of exercise that you like. I do lots. I did strength training. I've already been to the gym this morning. I did strength training and I rode 13 miles on the bike. I do yoga every day. If I get a chance, I might go play pickleball. I do try to walk or run at least a mile every day, but I try to incorporate 2 to 3 runs and strength training in, 2 to 3 times a week. So that's me. But everybody is different. Everybody has their own thing. I personally think that if you find things that you enjoy, that are either fun, make you happy, make you feel accomplished, then it doesn't really feel so much like work, and you're more inclined just to get up and do it because you enjoy it. So I encourage everybody to find their thing, but yoga for me is wonderful. It has so many benefits. It helps with stability, building strength, mobility, flexibility, and the older you get, the more those things are important. It helps with injury prevention. It helps relieve aches and pains. It helps kind of offset the challenges associated with arthritis. I could go on and on and on, but it's really wonderful. So I encourage everyone to do it. It's nice because it's very meditative. It helps you kind of clear your mind. It helps developing a practice of mindfulness, kind of just being in the moment, being present in the here and now, not being distracted by what happened yesterday, worrying about what is or might happen later, but just allowing you to really appreciate being in the moment, which I personally think is more and more difficult given the world that we live in, and everybody's on social media and scrolling, and there's so much news and distraction, that it's hard just to be in the moment and appreciate the here and now. So for me, yoga does that for me, and part of the reason that I enjoy doing it every single morning, just brings me a sense of peace. It allows me to let go of things that don't serve me. It allows me to build some intentionality as well. So I try my best to live my life intentionally each and every day, and that just, it works for me. It helps me to achieve my goals, to make progress, step by step, day by day, and to achieve these bigger, more long-term goals. So that's me. Let's get into this practice, okay? Hopefully you guys are gonna practice with me. I'm going live on YouTube and TikTok today. If you don't follow me on TikTok and you're here on if you don't follow me on YouTube, but you're here on TikTok, um, you can, if you follow me and you go to my profile, you can actually see there's a link to my YouTube. We don't know how long TikTok is going to stick around. So if you like these, you might want to jump on over to YouTube, so that you can continue to see these broadcasts and participate in the yoga. I did set some goals for myself on TikTok. If you guys want to help me achieve those, I'd really appreciate it. As usual, I appreciate the shares and the like, really trying to build a community here. And by helping me achieve my goals, sharing the live, liking the live, you actually help me to get this out to more people, to kind of increase the visibility of what it is that I'm doing. So anything that you can do to help me there is very much appreciated. All right, so as usual, I'm gonna start with my yoga warm-up, which is a handstand, a back bend, and a headstand. I do these inversions really to be intentional about working on my balance, my building up my core strength, doing something good for my, getting the blood flowing and improving my circulation so I don't have any swelling. Sometimes you can get swelling in your ankles and your feet. And so doing these inversion actually helps with this. I was actually told by somebody that doing headstands actually helps with the blood circulation in your scalp, and it helps with hair growth as well, or it helps to retain your growth. So this man told me, it's just like an interesting little tidbit of information, that all his brothers went bald, but when he was starting to go bald, but when he started doing headstands, his hair started getting fuller. And so now he has a full head of hair and didn't have to do any Rogaine or anything like that. So once again, another little benefit of yoga. I personally think it's great for every aspect of your body and overall health. So anyway, the inversions help me, the handstands actually help with shoulder strength. The back bends, I do that to be intentional about, increasing the flexibility increasing or maintaining the flexibility in my spine. I do have a little bit of arthritis, and so I like to be intentional about making sure that I stay limber. And back bends really help with that. Yoga just overall helps with that. And with the headstands, that's obviously stability, strength, core strength as well, and the circulation. So let me go ahead and get started. That'll take me just a minute. Hopefully, while I'm doing that, if you guys aren't joining me in doing those things, hopefully you guys will get your mat and get whatever props you might potentially need and get ready. It'll just be a couple minutes and then we'll be ready to go with this 30-minute graceful yoga flow, which is day 7 of the 30-day Challenge Yourself Yoga Challenge with Charlie Follows. All right, you ready? Here we go. 30-minute graceful yoga flow. 30-minute yoga challenge, or 30-day yoga challenge. Day 7. Charlie follows. She's on YouTube, just in case you want to follow her there. She's got beginner challenges, she's got intermediate, advanced challenges. So whatever your level is, if you can't do this one, you don't want to do it with me. When you're alone at home and you want to be adventurous and daring, go check her out. There's something for everybody.
Welcome. Let's begin in a wild child's pose. So keep your big toes touching, open your knees wide. And then walk your arms forwards, let your chest and forehead rest on the mat. We're starting this practice a little bit slower, so give yourself time just to soften into the ground, soften into this pose. Bring awareness to your breath, focusing on a deep inhale and a smooth exhale. Turn your head to the right, so you look.
What is happening?
From Mattress Firm. At the presidency.
Sorry about that.
$500 on Tempur-Pedic. Get matched at
Seems
Mattress
like there's a
Firm.
test of the emergency broadcast
If
system
you're one
or
of the many
something.
people struggling
Just a
financially right
second.
now, Bridget's got your back. They'll send you $50 to $250 instantly. With no credit check.
Stop. And then lower your left hand down, turn.
Just a second. Technical difficulties.
Welcome. Let's begin in a wild child's pose. So keep your big toes touching, open your knees wide. And then walk your arms forwards, let your chest and forehead rest on the mat. We're starting this practice a little bit slower, so give yourself time just to soften into the ground, soften into this pose. Bring awareness to your breath, focusing on a deep inhale and a smooth exhale. Turn your head to the right, so you're looking under your right arm. Then thread your left arm under your right. You find this threaded needle position. If you'd like to take this further, you can wrap the right arm around the back, reach for your waistband, or make it a hip crease. Then we'll switch, so reach both arms forwards to reset. And turn your head to look left and thread your right arm under your left. Again, if you're going further, left arm is wrapping behind the back for a bind. Then reach both arms forwards, reset. Stay in your child's pose. Press the hands into the mat. Push yourself back towards your heels. So you feel that lengthening down the arms into the upper back, down the whole of your spine, lengthening, creating lots of space. Keep pushing the floor away. Keep sending the hips down to the heels. So you should start to feel this in the inner thigh area. Let's hold for a deep breath in and an audible exhale out. Good. Come up into tabletop. And very slowly tuck your toes, lift your hips, make your way into downward facing dog. And the hamstrings may be feeling a little tight, so give them time to ease into the pose. Start to pedal out your legs. Shift weight side to side as you do. Then settle in and find stillness. Press through your hands and your feet. Ground down through the four corners of this pose. We'll take a deep breath in here. And an audible exhale out. Nice. Then step your feet as wide as your mat and bring them in a little closer to the hands. Bring the left hand to take a hold of the outside of the right ankle and twist to look under your right arm. So keep pressing through the right hand and both feet so you feel stable. Gradually continue to twist, gazing up towards the ceiling now. On your next exhale, release the twist. Let's move to the other side. So right hand comes to left ankle, twisting under your left arm. Go slow to begin. And then gradually twisting further, looking up at the ceiling. With your next exhale, untwist, and then reset your feet. So back in your traditional downward dog stance. Start to lift your heels, bend your knees, and then swing your knees from side to side. So you find a little twisting action in your downward dog. You can send the hips down low, so you really start to get more of a side body stretch. Just exploring all variations of downward dog. Good. Then come back through center. Cross the left leg in front of the right. Squeeze your legs together. And open out into side plank on your left. So take a moment to get steady here. Keep the legs pressing into one another. Focus your gaze on one spot to help with the balance. We'll take an inhale here. As you exhale, right hand comes down and then spin so that you're in side plank on the other side. And you can lift your left leg up, keeping the knee bent. You're in a different variation now. Hold it steady, keep the hips high, keep pressing the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, straighten this left leg so it's pointing up towards the ceiling. And start to sweep the leg forwards towards your right hand. Lower the foot. And spin both feet to the long end of your mat. So you're finding this straddle stance. Take a few breaths here, just hanging out, round out through your feet. Let your upper body hang heavy. And walk your hands to your right foot. Plant your left hand as you reach your right arm up. Twist your body and spin your feet so you're moving into side plank on the left. Pick up this right leg, sweep it high. So we're just reversing the sequence now. Keep that leg lifted, pointing to the sky. Hold for a breath in. And then bend the knee. Good. Hold it there, just another breath. let's transition. Lower right hand down. Start to cross right leg over left. As you spin to find side plank on the right. Keep squeezing the legs together. Press the floor away. Hold for a breath in. Exhale it out. Transitioning into downward dog now. Lower left hand down. Spin your foot to face forwards. And then press back. Uncross the legs. And you can pedal the legs out a few times to reset. On an inhale, lift the left leg high and open out the hip. As you exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee down. Reach your arms up. Inhale, low lunge. As you exhale, you can lower your left hand down to your side and start to bend to the left. So you get a nice long stretch down the right side of the body. Tilt your head towards your left shoulder, let your neck completely relax. Hold for a deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Plant your hands. Then sweep your left leg all the way back up to three-legged down dog. Inhale as the leg goes high. Exhale as you lower it down. Second side, right leg lifts. Open out the hip. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot forwards. Lower your back knee down. Arms up for low lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, release your right arm to your right side. Then start to lean to the right. Relax your head and neck. And deepen your breath. So we're really taking the time to get to the juicy part of the pose here. So keep setting your hips down and forwards. Dial up your breath. Wonderful. Okay, plant your hands, sweep your right leg back up to three-legged down dog. And keep the leg high this time. Open out the hip for an inhale, bend. As you exhale, bring your knee across the body to the back of the left elbow. And then straighten the leg, lower the foot. Reach your left arm up as you open out to fall and stop. Pushing the floor away, hold for a breath in. As you exhale, sit your hips down. And then fold forwards. We're still just getting warm, so don't worry how far you fold. Let go of any expectations for this pose here. Just allow gravity to do the work. Okay, sitting back up, plant your right hand back where it was. Lift up into fold and stop. And then lower your left hand down, turn your back foot to face forwards. Bend your right leg and glide the leg onto the mat to come into pigeon pose. When you set your hips, walk your hands forwards. Start to settle in, deepening the breath here. Making the breath very conscious. Amazing. Then bring your hands close to your front leg and edge your back leg forward so your knee will come to the back of your heel. Tuck your left toes and lift up into a standing position. So your knee is, your heel is hooked on your knee. From here, plant your hands, bend and rounded leg so that you rest your front leg on the back of your arms like so. You're either staying here, if you're comfortable coming into the balance, lean forwards, lift the left foot. Holding it here, gaze down, push the floor away. And then when you're ready, coming out, come back through the standing position. Walk your hands forwards and lift the right leg all the way up. Three-legged down dog. Hold for a breath in. As you exhale it out, lower your right foot down. Second side. Left leg goes high. Inhale, open the hip and bend the knee. As you exhale, bring the knee across the body to the back of your right elbow. Then extend the leg, lower the foot, open out into fallen star. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, sit the hips down and then fold in between the legs. This time you may find that there's a little bit more space. You could go a little further. Again, there's no pressure. Sitting back up, press up into fallen star, inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down, turn to face forwards. But as you bend your left leg, glide the leg onto the mat, set yourself up for pigeon pose. Square your hips and then walk your arms forwards to settle in. Finding your ujjayi breath now, that oceanic sounding breath. Sitting back up, bring your hands close to your front leg. Glide your back leg in so the knee comes to the back of your heel. And tucking your toes, come up to a standing position. You may need to walk your hands a little closer. Bend the standing leg and bring your front leg to the back of your arms. And you're either just holding it here or you're leaning your weight forwards and picking up the right foot. Holding the balance here. Keep challenging yourself. Press the mat away. Good. Lower the right foot down. Come back to that standing balance. Walk your hands forwards and lift the left leg high. Open the hip. And then lower your foot down. Pedal on the legs and downward facing. Take a moment to reset. And on an inhale, lift your right leg high. Keep the hips square. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. As you inhale, lift the leg high, look forwards. Take a hop off the left foot and hop the left foot forwards. Then bending the right leg, come up into a standing balance. Bringing your knee in towards your chest. Then reach to catch hold of the outside of the foot with the left hand and straighten the leg. Then right arm reaches back, start to twist to the right. Go slow as you twist. I know it's a wobbly one. So find that place to focus your gaze. Keep standing tall. Wonderful. Slowly release the hold of the foot. Sweep the leg back. Come through warrior 3. So creating that T shape with the body. And then lower your fingertips, lower your back leg, and we'll fold into a pyramid pose. So both legs are straight here, hinging from your hips. See if you can bring your belly towards your front thigh. Wonderful. Then pushing your hands into the mat, sweep your left leg all the way back up into a downward facing dog. Keeping the hip high, the leg high. All words have gone. Lifting your leg high, keeping the hips square. And then bend your knee, bring knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, lift the leg up, look forwards, hop off your right foot, so you're hopping the foot forward. And then come up into that standing balance, bringing your knee in towards your chest. Take a hold of the outside of the foot with the right hand, straighten the left. And then the left arm reaches back, start to twist left. Take your time as you twist. Keep standing up tall. Good. To come out, release the hold of the foot, sweep that leg back. So you're coming through warrior 3. And then lower your fingertips, lower your back foot, come into that pyramid fold. Pressing down through both heels, relaxing your chin to your chest. Give yourself time here to breathe deeply. Wonderful. And pressing the hands into the mat, sweep your right leg high into 3-legged down dog. Inhale as the leg goes high. As you exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Then here, start to edge your front foot forwards, so that you straighten the leg and then flex the foot. So you find this heart splits position. You have the option to stay here. If you'd like to move into full split, start to edge the back leg down the mat to lower the hips down. We've got about 5 to 10 breaths here, so really take your time. There's no need to rush into it. To keep the hips square, start to roll the left side hip down and forwards, and the right side hip back. So we're always making these little adjustments with the hips to keep ourselves square. Good. To come out of the pose, press the hands into the mat. Start to edge your back knee a little closer if you're in full splits. If you're in half splits, start to bend the front knee, come back to a low lunge, and then we'll step it back into downward facing dog. Second side, lift your left leg high, keep the hips square. And then exhale, step the foot in between your hands, lower your back knee down. Start to edge your front foot forward so that you can straighten the leg, half splits. And again, you have the option to stay here or edge the back leg down the mat to move into full splits. So whichever variation works for you here, go there. And start to square off your hips, drawing the left side hip back this time, right side hip forwards. Start to deepen the breath to help you work through any discomfort here. Wonderful. Then to come out, press your hands into the mat, start to edge the legs back together. And we'll step back into downward facing dog. Wonderful. Paddle out your legs if they've gone to sleep. And cross your left leg over your right. Bend both knees and come down into a cross-legged tabletop. Open your feet as wide as the edges of your mat, and then sit back in the space behind you. So your knees should be stacked here. If you need to make any adjustments, you can always rock forwards. edge the knees together, and then sit back. And 2 options here. You can even just rest your hands on your knees or reach for your heels, or incorporate the arms by bringing left arm behind the back, and then right arm will come overhead. The hands will draw towards one another for a bind. Again, don't worry if you're not in the full bind. You can hold onto your clothing. We're starting to wind down the practice now, so let go of any expectation. Just allow yourself to sit in the pose. Observe your breath. Can you make your breath even smoother? Can you soften the muscles in your body a little bit more? Release the hands if you're in a bind, and then we'll switch the legs by rocking forwards into your tabletop. And then bring the right leg in front of the left. Once you stack the knees, sit all the way back again. If you're coming into the full expression, right arm is coming behind the back this time. Left arm is reaching up and over. And when you find your pose, option to close down the eyes, really settle into that state of inner peace. Just enjoy this time, pressing pause, just focusing on your breath, nothing else. Wonderful. Release the hands. Place your hands behind you, and then you can release the legs and find a cross-legged position. We'll finish the practice with a few simple twists and side bends. So start by taking right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall and slowly twist to your left. And again, you can just lower the chin towards the chest, let your head hang heavy. Soften your eyes closed. Nice big breaths in. Long and smooth breaths out. Wonderful, let's switch. So bringing left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Sit up tall and twist to the right. You can relax chin to chest, soften your eyes closed. Slowly release the twist. And bring your left hand out to the left side and reach your right arm up and over as you bend to the left. As you bend, you may find that you could lower the left forearm. If the right side buttocks are lifting, then keep pressing right side down to staying grounded. Keeping your chest open, filling yourself up with breath. Inhale, and exhale to let it go. One more breath like this. Inhale, exhale. Good. Windmill the arms to switch. Then bending to the right this time. If the left side is lifting, ground down through the left side. Keep your chest spiraling open. you'll slowly come back up, and then just rest your hands on your knees, soften your eyes closed, relax your shoulders away from your ears, down your back. And we'll finish this class just with a few moments of stillness, soaking in the effects of the practice, taking a moment to recognize our efforts, to thank ourselves for showing up. Thank you so much for joining me for class. It was a pleasure. I hope to practice again with you soon. Namaste.
I can always count on Charlie Follows to stick something in there that I've never tried before, and that's hard to do. But I tried. I couldn't do everything. There was like some kind of variation of a crow pose, you know, where you have your legs crossed and you have to go down and lean and lift your feet up. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't even get my head around trying to do it. So maybe another day. Some of the balancing pose, clearly you can see I'm pretty flexible. I still need to work on my balance, so I will occasionally fall out of some of these balancing poses, but falling out is okay. All that really matters is that we get on the mat and we try our best and push our bodies to do what our bodies are able to do. And you know, sometimes it's a mental thing, and so that's why it's important to try. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you. I've got a couple people on YouTube. I got a few people on TikTok. It means a lot to me that you are here. I hope that you're getting something from this yoga. Like I said, I think that there are so many benefits that come along with yoga. It's so good for you from a mental standpoint and a physical standpoint. I just love it. There are, you know, it's one of those things that you don't have to pay money to do it. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. You don't need a lot of space to do it. You could do it in the hallway. You could do it, you know, in your bedroom. You could do it in a chair. You know, if you have an internet connection, there are tons and tons of yogis on YouTube that have different practices. You know, that, you know, if you're not that mobile, there's chair yoga. There's, you know, if you have sore back, you can Google, you know, yoga for sore backs, yoga for sore arms and hands, and there's something for everyone that you can find. So I definitely encourage you to do that. Or you can just keep coming back every day and do yoga with me. I will be here Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday, 6 a.m., and Sunday, 5:45 a.m. The practices, this challenge that we're doing right now is a 30-day practice. Today was day 7. All of these practices within this 30-day challenge are all 30 minutes. You know, once we get through this challenge, then I'll see if I can find another 30-day, but you know, that they may range from like 20-minute practices to 45-minute practices. So I'd say just give yourself an hour if you can, but if it's stuff that you want to do on your own, there are 7-minute practices and 10-minute and 15-minute practices. It just depends on, you know, how much time you have and what it is that you want to do and how hard you want to push yourself. But like I said, there's something for everybody, so I hope you find something for you, and I hope you'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow, again, 6:30 a.m. to do day 8 of this challenge. I hope to see you. You guys have a great day, okay? Thank you for everything. See you later.